creator of the comic was Andrew Vax, who writes murder mysteries, and he writes mysteries. He's very passionate about children's rights and about how to protect children from abuse or from being taken advantage of. And so I wrote this for him with that in mind, that I wanted to talk about a little bit about what it's like to be a child and fighting that, and also some of the things children can do to sort of look after themselves. Does that make sense? I love it. I love the fact that it's being talked about there. Story is everywhere. It's in every size town. It's in everywhere in the world. And there's possibility to write any kind of story or tell any kind of story. Because storytelling is also the things we tell each other every day about our days or the things we hope for. I love the thought that there's a place where people are talking about what story is, and they're exploring story and having fun with story and talking about story. So not just telling stories, but also thinking about stories. I'd only been writing for a few years, but I was already thinking about story from the outside. I think starting to write as an adult instead of as a kid, I was really rational. I was really thinking and intellectualizing about the story. So I think that I only wrote that 5 years after I started writing. And so I think I was really thinking about what it means to tell a story and how a story can tell the truth, even though it's a lie. Mm-hmm. So that was very much it. But I also, here's the funny part. Genoa is named for a Dungeons and Dragons character I had. And she wasn't anything the same, but I liked the name Genoa so much that I used it. But I was thinking, I loved cyberpunk, and I'd been trying to write cyberpunk. And this was like a big chance for me to write something that was, I think, interesting, but it wasn't really complicated cyberpunk. You know, it was just a short story instead of this big, edgy, William Gibson thing. I would love to write more. I just never did. And I actually have been thinking about it again, because now cyberpunk, it's not really written in the United States anymore. But I think it should be. I think it did some wonderful things. And one of the things that I thought cyberpunk did that nobody talked enough about was it's cyberpunk. It's about technology and how people interact with technology and a specific kind of technology. But it's also almost always very emotional. It's about true love, or it's often romantic in some way. And I feel like we kind of wasted that, by not noticing that. And I'd like to do that. I'd like to write a cyberpunk story that's very romantic. I think that's the best way to write a romantic story, because you have the edge, the hard edge of the science fiction, and then the sort of warmth and the soft edge of the romance.
Don't forget to laugh.